beneficial presence of you for the community here. So, today we are thanking those who have generously donated their time for the past 3 years. We have a couple of board members that are going off the board, and we have a couple of new members going on. So we want to welcome them too, and that's what we'll be doing during the board meeting. But during the meditation, what I like to do is ask you to ask yourself how you can serve. Talk to God about that. As we're in the silence and we're trying to listen for what the still small voice inside of us is doing, we can ask that, and maybe we might get a direct revelation. But otherwise, maybe we can just figure out how each one of us can be that beneficial presence. Our highest calling is to grow into what we are meant to be. We are each put here for a reason. We're meant to do the work that was unique to us. So we need to show up and do what we're called to do. But if we don't know what we're called to do, let's go within and talk to God. And then listen. Because we have all the answers inside, and the thought is that all we have to do is be an open receiver. Listen for what we can do, and receive the answer, and then do it. So let's just ask and then listen. How may I best serve? Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. We know it's a warm and loving place. We know it's God's home. How can I contribute? And then listen for some suggestions from God. This is your spiritual home. How can you be of service? Some ideas. A greeter. A hugger. Kitchen help. Maybe call people. beneficial presence is as we cultivate peace and happiness in ourselves, we will also nourish peace and happiness in those we love. So how do we do this? By consciously being aware of our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. By maintaining a positive position of good, God-centered attitude. By expecting only good. By focusing our blessings instead of seeking lack. Not seeking, seeing lack. Embracing thoughts of harmony and happiness. Embodying the qualities of God, which are our own true nature. See and affirm abundant blessings of peace, love, health, and plenty for all. Make yourself a shining light of love towards all and inspire others. And just recognize that the God presence is in one and all. And so it is. Thank you for joining me for meditation. Our service will start at 10 o'clock.
In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. In my life, I have been searching for something, but you are my dream. You're perfect, you're golden, you're light, you're love. You're perfect, you're golden, you're my light, my love. When I breathe, when I swallow, caress I feel. When I listen, I hear the most beautiful music out of nowhere. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're light, you're love. You're perfect, you're golden, you're my light, my love. Light-a-dee-di-dee-di, light-a-dee-di-dee-di, light-a-dee-di-di-di-di, light-a-dee-di-dee-di, light-a-dee-di-dee-di, light-a-dee-di-di-di. When I'm sad and dark, shallow and in doubt, when I'm trying my best to put one foot in front of the other. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever, and your reflection. I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection in you is me. Whoa. Light-a-dee-di-di-di, light-a-dee-di-di-di-di. always there. You never leave. You're holding me. You set me free. A guiding light. Your empathy. Your confidence to express in and bless me. Oh, you're perfect. You're golden. You're the light of my life. You're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect. So I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing that I'm perfect. I'm golden. You're the light of my life. You're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect. So I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection. In you is me. Oh, light, 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 you're perfect, golden light, my love. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Let me walk to the banks of the river of love, where the current runs deep, baptized in the one, where there's no separation and the light is always seen, honoring all our differences, and love will set us free. Oh, oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I see the blessings of the past. It's time to requalify. Let's not forget, but learn to forgive. God knows we gotta try. It's my responsibility to heal the wounds in me. Compassion, faith, and hope, and love, and truth will set us free. Oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Oh, Lord, I said, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Oh, you rock my soul. Oh, you rock my
Hush, little darling, don't you cry. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry, don't be afraid. Every little thing's gonna be okay. Open up your heart, unlock the cage. Turn the key and break the chains. Love will always find a way. If you want love, you gotta give love away. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Your love is the best medicine. I shine like Edison whenever I let it in. Love is the power that opens every flower. Transform this coward into a champion. When we are lost, love is there to remind us, providing signs and offering us guidance. Love is infinite and limited and timeless. Look inside your heart, that's where you will find it. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Love is the answer, love is the key. Love is the glue between you and me. Open up your heart and you will see. Love is the thing that'll set you free. 'Cause love is the remedy, love is the cure. Love's the only thing that'll stop the war. It's what the whole world is looking for. So what in the world are you waiting for? Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Give love to your brother, love to your father, give love to your mother, your sons and your daughters, give love to your sisters and all your friends. Shine your love in all directions. Giving and receiving is just like breathing. When you live to give love, it gives life meaning. This feeling of kindness and love's inside us. Nobody can sell this or try to buy this. 'Cause love is righteous and it might just save the whole world from this global crisis. So throw your hands up if you know what the time is. Open up your heart and let it shine the brightest. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get by. Open up your wings and let your heart fly. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get high. Open up your wings and let your heart fly. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. We got the song of the month here in, what month are we in? February? All right. Song of the month is by a lovely gal. Denise Rosier is her name. She used to live in Orange County, but a few years ago she moved to Colorado. And she's living She got a beautiful home in Colorado on the side of a mountain with a big kind of a patio plaza out front where she does live concerts, just over right there in the woods. Just gorgeous. Anyway, it's called Spirit is in This Place, and the words of the chorus are, Spirit is in this place. So I don't even think you need anything more than that. So let's give it a shot here. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Now you know it. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. So raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm all life is sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. So raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. One more time. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. So raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Al. Don't we just love it when Al's here? Yes, absolutely. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living right here in beautiful Beaumont, California. I love it here. It's so pretty. Did you notice all the snow that was on the mountains after that freeze? Woo, it was cold. Well, welcome everyone, and everyone who is here in person and everyone who is here online in the Love Shack. We're so happy that we are all here together. And if you are here for the first time, we welcome you, we embrace you. And if you're here for the second time, we're so happy that you came back. How many of you have been here before? Oh, good. See? You all came back. That's fabulous. If you want more information about our center, you can pick up a welcome packet on the back table before you leave today. Now let's read our vision statement together. CSLB is an inclusive and transformative community of spiritual practice. Yes, we are. And now, here is Yvonne Fowler, our practitioner.
Good morning, everyone. First things, if you didn't silence your phone, would you please do that now? Okay. And I wanted to tell you that the practitioners and the ministers, when able, are going to be over here at the my left for like prayer if you need it. So just let us know if you need a short prayer today, because we don't want you to go home having any problems or anything that you haven't been able to take care of here. Maybe we can help. So we'll meet you after church over here on this side if you're interested. Now please allow this music to take you into the silence following the morning invocation.
As time has unfolded me, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, every last breath I take, may I be gracious and kind. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Kindness wash over me, make me a symphony, play every note you can find. Make me reverberate, gently deactivate, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance and let my anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. 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 I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. Love, cover me. May my heart awaken. Tenderness be proved. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over Love cover me. Love cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love.
Yes, love covers me all the time. Take a deep breath and just breathe in that God stuff. That God stuff. In this very moment, right here and right now, we're gathered together in our spiritual home to receive our spiritual nurture. I recognize that Spirit, the presence, the power, is right here in this room. It's each one of us. It's the presence that's with us. It's God. God is all there is. God is everywhere. God is our guiding light. God covers me. I know and trust that Spirit's presence fills this room with love, with peace, with hope, with joy, with grace, with harmony. I bless the congregation in person and those on Zoom. We share our energy and our consciousness together. I bless our media, our technicians as they help unfold the service with ease and grace. Our musician, Al, for his words, for his voice, for sharing the feeling of love. And I bless Reverend Carrie as she is the vessel through which we hear the message today. And knowing that following church, that the annual meeting will run smooth and have everyone understanding what happened yesterday and what happens tomorrow. I know that God is in this place, and I know Spirit is speaking to us, and so it is.
And now, Linda Saylor with announcements.
It's so up my throat. Oh, there we go. Okay. Please join us today immediately after service for our annual membership meeting. This brief, hopefully, and important meeting allows us to hear about the state of our center and bring in 2 new board members. Nominations are still open, so if you feel called to serve on our board, you can let us know today at the meeting. The celebration of life service for our practitioner, Corliss Serber, will be held this Friday at 11 a.m. Excuse me. It will be held at the Akaipa Valley Golf Club. If you are a licensed practitioner, please remember to wear your stole. Next Sunday is Ask the Minister Day. Reverend Carrie will tell you all about this in just a few minutes. In 2 weeks, on March 5th, Reverend Carolyn Flanders will be our guest speaker, and after service, she will facilitate a workshop on healing through grief. Please plan to attend. Contact Neil or Reverend Carrie for further information. Our small groups begin in April. If you would like to be a small group host or want further information, please contact Neil or Reverend Carrie. They are going to be very busy people. There are still gently used spiritual books for sale for a love offering in Carter Hall. Check it out after the annual meeting today. As you know, February is Black History Month, and to honor and celebrate Black history, We are showing videos entitled Black Pioneers in Science of Mind. Today it is my pleasure to introduce the second of these videos. Enjoy.
Here's a little-known Black history science of mind fact. Meet Sarah Flowers, a prolific African-American writer of science of mind books in the 1940s. Flowers was a writer, publisher, metaphysician, frequent speaker, and teacher of the science of mind. She took the major course at the Institute of Religious Science in Los Angeles in 1937 and wrote her first book, Common Sense and Its Application in Everyday Life, in 1941. Other books followed, including The Metaphysical Thesaurus and Metaphysical Dictionary, Should I Pay for Metaphysical Treatment, and Atomic Metaphysics, The Electrical Principle of Man. In Atomic Metaphysics, she writes, "In metaphysics, we must then recognize that there is a power that revolves in and around, out and beyond us, at a rate equal to the atomic energy in our material beings." But it's important to note what Sarah Flowers considered her most important work: teaching practitioners metaphysical treatment for all of the problems that confront us today. You might think Science of Mind's inclusive teachings of oneness would be immune to America's history of racial segregation, but that was not the case. Dr. J. Arthur Twine founded Eastside Church of Religious Science in his home in 1932. The congregation quickly grew and became the third church to be ordained and chartered by Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science. It was a thriving, multiracial church, but in 1945, Third Church of Religious Science, as it was now called, was moved to the bottom of the church listings in Science of Mind magazine and noted as a colored church. Ernest Holmes found this unacceptable and went to speak to church members. He said, "I have been told that too many non-Caucasians attend these lectures. True, there are Caucasians and non-Caucasians in this congregation, but this we must affirm. We are all children of one living God, one God that permeates all without exception, one intelligence that governs all, and most important, every man and woman who abides in the universe is a significant entity in the one universal consciousness. Our doors will forever be open to all. Whoever you are, be proud. You are a divine idea in the mind of God." The magazine staff immediately corrected this error and returned to listing churches alphabetically. The following year, Dr. Twine made his transition, but the church remains strong today as Third Church Center for Spiritual Living. A number of Dr. Twine's descendants became practitioners, lay leaders, and ministers, including his great-granddaughter, Reverend Stacy Hilton, who currently serves as co-spiritual director of the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Dr. J. Arthur Twine and Sarah Flowers, Black evolutionaries in science of mind.
Had the privilege of serving for a number of Black ministers, and actually a number of them have become my very close friends and have been the inspiration for many of my songs, some of their teachings. This particular song was inspired by I actually wrote it sitting listening to a sermon, not the whole thing, but at least the idea of it, while I was listening to a Pat Perkins. Some of you may have known her. She was a long time at the Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. She was doing a talk on release and surrender, and she started it with the first line that I used in the song, which is, "What do we need to know?" Seems like a good thing for a Science of Mind church to ask. And I wrote that down. I said, that is a great beginning. That's a great beginning for a song. Great lyric. And the whole idea of letting go, of release and surrender, I said, how does that translate to a melody? And when you release, when you surrender something, what's the feeling of it? Isn't it kind of a, isn't it that? That's kind of a descending feeling, going deep into your center. So I said, okay, well, the melody has to descend. And this is what I came up with. What do we need to know? Who will show us where to go? There is no need to know. Don't need to know. No need to know. What do we need to be? Who knows our destiny? There is no need to be. Don't need to be. No need to be. Right now's the time. Right here's the place for us to find a state of grace and all the peace there is in letting go. What do we need to hear? Whose voice will ring so clear? There is no need to fear. No need for fear. There is no fear. Right now's the time. Right here's the place for me to find a state of grace. Right now's the time. Right here's the place for us to find a state of grace. Right now's the time. Right here's the place for all to find a state of grace and all the peace there is in letting go. What do we need to say? Who'll teach us how to pray? Each thing we say, we pray. What we say, we pray. What we say, we pray. Anytime, anywhere. What we say is a prayer.
Yes, did you catch that last line? Anytime, any place, what we say is a prayer. Yes, indeed. Well, speaking of prayer, I'm going to speak some more about affirmative prayer today. And today we're talking about the last two steps of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. So, quiz time. What is the first step of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer? Recognition. Okay, all together? Recognition. Excellent. What is the second step of affirmative prayer? A little more enthusiasm. There you go. Okay, and the third step is realization. Say it like that. Realization. Yeah. That's when we tell the universe what it is we want, not how we're going to get it, not how the universe is going to do it, but it's just giving direction to the universe about what it is we desire. And so when someone gives us something, what do we usually do? We say thank you. Yes, of course. And sometimes we say thank you before the fact, like Jesus did. Because Jesus was supposedly rose Lazarus from the dead. But if you recall that piece of scripture, Jesus said, "Thank you, Father, for hearing my prayer." And then he said, "Rise," or something, or "Get up out of there," or whatever it was he said after that. But he gave thanks before the fact. And so we're going to talk about giving thanks. Thanksgiving is the fourth step of affirmative prayer. So remember that for next week, because there'll be more, those little quizzes. So we're going to give thanks for everything that we have just put into our affirmative prayer. And the reason we're doing that is because the universe hears us and begins to work on what it is that we have declared that we want, and it's on its way to us as we speak the words. So if it's on its way to us, why not say thank you now? Yeah, exactly. And what we're also saying thank you about is the idea that when we have that gratitude, what we're doing is moving the river a little bit quicker in order for that desire to come to us. Gratitude, as we all know, is a powerful force. When we speak words of gratitude, things start happening in our life. I have manifested wall-to-wall carpeting before. And it was because the floor was cold to my feet. And every morning when I got out of bed, I would say, "Thank you for the wall-to-wall carpeting, that it feels so good under my feet." And then I'd go shuffle off to my morning on that cold floor with my bare feet. Now, why I didn't put on socks, I don't know. I was younger then. I'm wiser now. But you see, what happened was the wall-to-wall carpeting came into being because I affirmed it. I thanked the universe for it. So we can do that. And every statement that we say is an affirmation, right? Yes, it is. Every statement is an affirmation. And sometimes it just makes me cringe to think of the stuff that I've been saying. Oh my gosh. Especially if we're doing that negative self-talk. Oh gosh, all those affirmations we have plugged into our subconscious or conscious mind. So we need to be careful about what we're talking about. Need to be careful about what we are praying for so that we can be thankful for it. Now, I want you to remember this one. I don't think I covered this last week, but I used our teaching symbol as an example. This side of the V, on the left side of the V, this is my left hand, this is my right hand. Okay, so on the left side of the V, that's where those ideas or that thing that we decide that we want to create comes into form. And Ernest Holmes has it moving down the V to the place where it comes into form. And then it goes back up the other side of the V as our experience of that form. And maybe we have brought into our lives something that we don't like very much. Have you ever done that? Never mind, I don't want that. So what we can do, see this little at the top of the V, the little, it doesn't make that sound, but I do. That means that the creative process is going to start again because we get the idea, oh, I don't like that so much. So I'm going to pray for something different now that I know more, because we gain wisdom as we experience what it is we've manifested, don't we? Boy, do we get experience. And then we can begin to manifest again. And that's why the top of that V goes down, because it's moving down into the next creative process. And over and over and over and over again. I only thought that God was really busy creating so many things when I was younger. Now I get it. We are the ones creating so many things. We're really busy doing all of that. But giving thanks for what we create allows us to also give thanks for the wisdom that we've gained after creating something. Yes? Yeah. Having gratitude for all of it. Now, I know that I'm so happy that in our society there are people who talk about how important it is to have gratitude and to do a gratitude practice. How many of us have a gratitude practice every day? Yeah, okay, good, that's wonderful. Mine happens to be at night when I'm falling asleep. I think I actually talk to myself while I'm falling asleep. But it's all about what I'm so grateful for: my pillow, my covers, my bed, my PJs, the home I live in, anything that pops into my head. And sometimes, most of the time, things pop into my head that I have manifested that I had forgotten about, and I can give thanks for that. I can give thanks for experiences and relationships and on and on and on. But the important part is that when we're doing our affirmative prayer, that we take the time to give thanks that the universe is already providing everything that needs to happen to bring what we've declared into form. It's amazing. And it's really kind of good that we have to wait a little bit before the form comes in. Because what if we thought of an elephant right now and an elephant appeared? You know, it's a good thing that we have to wait. So we have to allow ourselves that moment of gratitude for the universal creative process, for the law, whatever you want to call it. It's that process that brings that new life to our life. Then step number 5 is release. This is when we get to release all of the words that we've said into that creative process, into the law. We're releasing it into this center part of this creative process that is the law, according to Ernest Holmes. We can call it whatever we want to. I like to call it the divine creativity of the law, because I can just imagine all of this creativity happening. And if we release what it is that we've declared into the law, then Spirit can take hold, the universe can take hold of it and say, okay, we do this, and boom, they have their manifestation. Now, if we don't release it, it's going to be sort of like holding on to something that we want so much, and we have so much passion about it, and our fists are clenched because we're holding on to it so tightly. But we have to let go. We have to let go. Imagine someone trying to give you money that you've already done treatment for, and you've got your fist closed. Can you hang on to that dollar bill, $100 bill, whatever it is? Can you hang on to it with your fist closed? I think not. Probably fall away. But if you open your hands, release that tension of desire, of want, just release and allow all of that good to flow into your life. How would that feel? Would you like that? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So it's important for us to remember to release, and it's also important for us to release what we don't want anymore, or what doesn't serve us any longer. And if we are in a lifestyle that isn't serving us, if we are in a relationship that isn't fitting very well anymore, maybe it's time to look at releasing those things so that we can move forward into a far more free life. And I know that when we do that, we give ourselves so much freedom, so much freedom. There's been just a couple of things in my life that have been a little irritating, I'm going to say. And those things that have been irritating have been things that have blocked what I'm trying to move forward into. And so what I realized is that I just need to release all of the angst that I have about that, whatever that is. And it's also taking a breath, like Al described. It's going, yes, saying yes. I can release that because God's got it. God has everything in your life that is bothering you, that you would like to release. God's got it. So just allow yourself to release it into the divine and say, you take care of this, I'll take care of this. Yes. This morning, I was reading my Science of Mind magazine. This month, the beautiful Reverend Cynthia James is on the cover. She is quite a mighty force in religious science and wonderful teacher. And she didn't write this, but Ernest Holmes did. There's an entire article on prayer. Can you imagine that? On prayer. It's entitled, "The Prayer That Gets Results." And one of the things that Ernest says is a humble and sincere prayer is the most effective one. It gives gratitude for the life we have, recognizing the perfection that is God. And since there is no separation between us and God, everything is possible. Everything. Wow. Everything is possible. There's, in that article, there's a story of a man whose wife was in the hospital, and she was very, very ill, and the doctors didn't have a lot of hope for her living very much longer. But this man was very humble. He was really wanting his wife, of course, to not pass away. He would rather have her in his life, and they had children, and the children needed her. And so he was at her bedside one evening, and he began to pray. And he prayed a very humble prayer that just expressed his feelings. You know, I really need this woman here, and her children need her, and I love her and will care for her, and I'm so thankful that this prayer is being answered. And it was short and sweet. It wasn't a 5-step affirmative prayer. It was just a prayer. And what happened was the woman recovered from whatever that illness was, and she lived a good long time after that. But you see, that's all we need to have our belief. He believed that prayer would work. And if we have that belief, we know it's going to happen. There's no hoping about it. I saw a bumper sticker some time ago that said, "I feel so much better since I gave up hope." We give up hoping and instead knowing and giving thanks for it and letting it go, it comes into our lives, doesn't it? Yes, of course. So this week, your assignment is to give thanks for everything. And I mean everything. Everything you see on the news, give thanks for it. There's something bigger happening. And I know that God is telling us this right now because of that little ding-dong that happened. You see, we have a lot of things going on the planet, yes? A lot of things. But what we need to remember is that there is a greater force, a greater creative process, a greater ideal that is unfolding. And all of these things apparently need to happen in order for the peace and the love and the respect and all of that to come forward in our future. I don't know all the answers, but I do know that everything that we see in the media, in the newspaper, magazines, and everything that feels so negative, what we can do is to continue to use our power. The power is in our word, and our word can be used in a very constructive way if we allow ourselves to recognize God, be one with God, say what we want, give thanks for it, and let it happen. Let it go. There's a lot of stuff that we can pray for, and we can be in prayer constantly while watching the news. If you need practice in affirmative prayer, watch the news, and it will give you lots of things to practice on. So this week, your practice this week is to give thanks for everything, everything. Every moment that you have lived up until this moment has brought you to this place at this time in your life. Give thanks for all of that, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the divine, all of it. Give thanks for it. And know that you are released into the universe to do your great work because you have that power. And so it is.
I guess that's me. Got some pedals down here that are taking off on me. and I've got a iPad that decided it wanted to take a break. So I'm sorry, give me just a moment for my technology here. One of the techniques, one of the methods that's used for this process that was just so eloquently described by Reverend Carrie is visioning, opening to the possibilities of all that could be. And one time there was a talk title that talked about that. Perhaps the greatest thing that we could wish for is the simple thing of love. It could be love for another person, or just the recognition that love is that connection that we all have to really all that is. I think that recognition is another name for that is love. So there's a song that I said, well, that song title anyway fits this perfectly. The lyrics I had to tweak just a little, not really very much. Treated me kind, sweet destiny, carried me through desperation, always there waiting for me. It took so long, still I believed somehow the thing that I needed would find me eventually. I have a vision of love, and it's the only thing I'll ever need. Prayed through the nights, I felt so alone, suffered through alienation, carried the weight on my own. I had to be strong, or so I believed. And now I know I've succeeded in finding the place I conceived. I have a vision of love, and it's the only thing I'll ever need. I have a vision of love, and it's the only thing I'll ever need. I've realized a dream and visualized everything coming to me. Feel so alive, so thankful I've received the answer heaven sent down to me. Prayed through the nights, down on my knees, knowing the thing that I needed would find me eventually. Treated me kind, sweet destiny, and I'm eternally grateful for ecstasy found in release. I had a vision of love, and it's the only thing I'll ever need. I have a vision of love, and it's the only thing I'll ever need. A vision of love, and it's the only thing I'll ever need. I'll ever need. I'll ever need. I'll ever need.
Yes, vision of love. Before we go into the next portion of our service, I would like to let you all know that you are all invited on the fourth Sunday of each month. I will be here in the sanctuary at 11:30 with maybe chairs in a circle so that we can see each other, those of you who want to come. And this is a time for you to ask me about our philosophy, about our church, You can ask questions. You can, if you have a quote or something that is just bugging you and you don't quite understand, bring it along. And it's just ask the minister. It's very informal, but it will only last 1 hour, period. So if you're in the middle of a sentence and 12:30 strikes, we're leaving you. So do plan to come. It starts next Sunday after service at 11:30. And I'm delighted to, this is also a really good thing for people who are new to our philosophy, new to our center. It's so that you can kind of get an idea of what we're about and those kinds of things. I've seen wonderful things come out of an Ask the Minister session. So next Sunday, 11:30, right here. It's a date, right? Okay, good. Now it's time for giving, our joyful giving. There's several ways that you can give to our community. You can send your check in the mail. You can put a check in the offering plate. You can give by text, by texting 951-420-6909. Or you can go to our website at cslbeaumont.org, scroll down to the donate button, and give that way. Now, if you don't have a gift to give today, what I would love for you to do is just simply bless the offering plate as it comes by. And now, as our ushers come forward, let's repeat our abundance affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Thank you for giving, and thank you for receiving, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, and thank you for believing, and thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
Yes. Took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you all for your gifts, for the gift of you being you here at this center. And we're so grateful for all of our folks who watch us online on Sundays. We so appreciate you being here with us. Your gifts are moving out into the universe to do perfect work in the world, aside from supporting our center. So it's beautiful what you have given today. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask the practitioners to stand so that we can do a closing prayer, and then we will have our closing song, and then you will get a 5-minute physiology break. You get to take 5 minutes to get a drink of water, use the restroom, and then come back in here for our annual meeting. All right, let's join together in prayer. We recognize that there is only one God, one life, one power, one presence, one love, that one divine presence that is throughout the universe. It is all in all. It is all there is throughout the cosmos. It is that presence that stretches from here to infinity and back again. It is that presence that creates life. It is that presence that has created each one of us. I know for each one of us here this day that we are blessed. We are the blessing. As we move through the rest of our time together here and then out into our days to come, we are those lights that shine brightly the love that God is, the love that is that universal love, that universal intelligence and wisdom. We shine that light. I know for each of us who might be experiencing anything that is unlike perfection, we can release all of that unlike perfection and embrace all that is perfection. In health, in relationships, in finances, in housing, whatever it is, God answers that prayer. And the universe says yes. And so we reach out mentally and physically to accept the gifts that are given. The wholeness that is already ours is lighting up every cell in our being, is lighting up every aspect of our life. And so I know that as we move forward from this time together, we are deeply and profoundly blessed. I am so grateful to know this truth. I'm so grateful that the presence of the divine has heard these words and is bringing into form that beauty and that perfection and that joy and that healing. All of it. I am so grateful to know this truth. And so from this place of gratitude, I release and let go. I let go and I let God. I release my words into that creative force of the universe, knowing it is already done. And so I can claim it and know it and embrace it. And we can anchor it together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Let's stand and sing our closing song, Pour Yourself in Me. we move into the next portion of our Sunday morning, our annual meeting, I know that we are blessed and we are the blessing. And so we let it be as we say together, and so it is. Take your 5-minute break. We'll be right back.